We're here to play. F1's too serious, get out the way. Joe C and M laughing it up, sipping that tea, never giving a what. Hit crew slaying, drivers too tense, but we're here for the laughs, not the pretense. Hot girl vibes in the paddock we raid. We're joking about F1 while riding the fast lane. Here who's first, we're loving the mess. Podium tears, we're here to confess. We're watching for the memes, the gossip, the shade. F1 culture, honey, we got it made. Long distance besties breaking the mold. This F1 life, we're making it bold. From grid to garage, we're here to slay. Laughing at the chaos, living our way. We're hot girls watching F1. Fast cars, drama, having fun. Too much house, too much to see. Silly, sexy, it's how we be.
Hey there, Emily.
There, Josie.
Nothing like a joke about calling in sick to work to start the pod off, or during the pod countdown.
During the pod countdown. I mean, I have to get the giggles going, you know? And
One way or the other.
it's a great segue to tell the listeners that I sound like an 80-year-old smoker. But I'm only 28, guys. I'm not that old.
Damn, you're smoking a lot.
Smoking a lot to catch up with them.
A lot of cigs. No, you sound okay. It's kind of cute, actually. It's endearing.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Not what I would choose. I hate the sound of my voice right now, but I normally don't like the sound of my voice anyways.
Yeah.
Yet
When
I
you're sick and
do a
you know you
podcast.
sound bad, it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not as bad as what you think it is.
Well, thanks,
You
babe.
just sound
Thanks
like you
for
got a little gopher in your throat, if you
Aw.
will. Because I
Maybe
need to
that's
talk
where
about
he went. That's where he
Exactly.
got reincarnated.
He got
Is into my
reincarnated
throat.
as the bacteria on your vocal cord.
Man, he must have did somebody dirty in his gopher life to get reincarnated into some bacteria. Like that's crazy.
Well, he did Alex Albon dirty.
Sure.
That's what happened.
It's crazy to me that the most animal lover on the track
That is so
is
true.
the one that hits the gopher. Those of you that also watch the podcast, our background has a tribute to the gopher that
Rest in
Albon
peace.
hit in sprint qualifying. It was in sprint
Yeah.
qualifying.
I don't
Sure.
remember.
There was a
don't
lot
remember.
of racing.
There was a lot of instances.
It was crazy. Albon didn't have a lot of racing himself, but this was an instance that took him out.
When he did race, it was eventful. Oh, man. So, we were back. We were back in Canada. Emily, how are you doing this week? It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. It's a short week. It's almost the end of May. May's been a hard month for work for me.
Yeah,
I'm very
it's a busy
excited
time
for
for
June.
you.
I'm excited for July. I'm just excited for summer. But life's been pretty good. Pretty good. But I don't want to hog the spotlight because this episode's about you. So please update our listeners, Josie. What have you been up to this May?
You guys, when I say I'm still processing this month, I'm still processing this entire month. I quit my job. I went to Italy for 10 days. I think I mentioned that on the podcast. Highly recommend. It was fantastic. I got engaged while I was in Italy, which we were all waiting for.
And
Thank-
she's stunning.
She's stunning.
Christian, you crushed it.
He did so good.
He did so
Fun fact, Emily, I think you'll find this hilarious. When he asked my parents, this was like a couple of weeks before we left, both my parents were like, oh, we weren't expecting this at all. Like, they had no clue. My dad didn't even think he had a ring.
Wait. What? After all this time, they're like, yeah, he's just gonna keep dragging this along. Like, there's no ring discussion. There's no way.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, Christian pulled through.
He pulled through. He surprised everyone, really.
He surprised a lot of people. That's
he surprised everyone. Yeah, he surprised me. He pulled off, like, I thought it was going to happen. And I also had bargained with myself that, you know, there is a real possibility that it might not happen. So I had also fully convinced myself that it wasn't going to happen. And then he proposed like that night.
What an emotional roller coaster on your vacation.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It got down to me looking at him, like, after a couple of nights in, of like, if you're not gonna do it here, you need to let me know so that I can, like, truly fucking relax. You need to put me out of my misery.
Because I'm on edge right now. Like,
you
where
need to
is
put
it?
me out of my
Am I
misery.
in the same room as it? Am I getting hot? Am I getting
well,
cold?
the whole time I'm like, if I had his camera bag, which I found out later, it was either in his camera bag or his toiletry bag the entire time. I was this close so many times of just being like, he did almost. So I will tell you, in the airport, we had a long layover on the way there. And we had all of our travel, like, information in one doc saved to our phones and his iPad. And he asked me to pull up the travel itinerary. And so I just pulled out his iPad, like, opened it up and, like, started, like, clicking on stuff. And he took that iPad and zipped it out of my hands so fast. And I was like, so what's on there? Come to find out, he had taken pictures with showing Bean the ring prior to, and he had them saved in that same file that we had our trips.
He almost ruined it.
He
quite literally almost ruined it. Doing something so cute, like, to get Bean involved and, like, have him see
so
the
Bean
ring.
was involved a little bit.
Bean's blessing. That's very important.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was so good. That happened, like, halfway through the trip, so I could relax. And then we had the second half of our trip. Then we came back. We got in at, like, literally 1 a.m. on Monday morning. And Friday morning, we were leaving and headed to Chicago to our new apartment. So I'm in a new podcast studio with a giant building to my one side and my dog breathing very heavily after his long walk and taking a nap.
We'll probably hear him drink some more water during this episode.
We definitely will.
Just clarifying, it's Bean and not Christian, guys.
Yeah, since we got engaged, I just have him walk around on all fours. So I'm still processing. It's been a big May.
It's been a very big May.
It's a big Q2 for the Walensky-McMillan household.
So much, dude. That is so much.
It's so much. I've been taking naps every single day because I just, like,
you should.
I can't do it.
That's a lot of brain power.
It's a lot of brain
time
power.
zones that you've been in.
Dude, so many times. So many time zones and, like, so many airports. But no, so fun, so worth it. But I am so glad that is over and that, like, we're getting settled here and that the season is actually starting to pick up, because I did not have the mental capacity for this shit at all.
Now your hobby can pick up. Like,
now I can lean back into my passions.
You have some actual free time.
Yes.
Some leisure time, if you will.
I have some leisure time, a little bit of fun employment before I start my job. So
life's good,
we're
man.
Back. Life is good.
You're back.
And
this
is
the Josie
so back, baby.
that is from season 3. Like, we didn't get to see this Josie yet in season 4 because she has been fucking swimming in it.
I've been going
Josie's
through
back,
it.
guys, and I'm so excited.
I'm back. Actually, I feel like I've never really been here, but I've arrived, you know?
You've arrived.
I've arrived. So yeah, we're in a really cool city. Summer's just starting.
Chicago summer's the best.
Good fucking shit. So, hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, brother. And we had a race weekend that was filled with a bunch of action. So we should probably try to get into it because I don't know how we're going to fill this episode with all of this drama and craziness.
Also, one caveat, because we would have, if we weren't moving, if our move date wasn't over this past weekend, we would have gone to this instead of going to Italy. And the whole time we were watching the race, I was looking at Christian. I'm like, we could have been there for this
You
shit.
could have been there. You
We
could have
could
been there.
been there. We could have been in the corner.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But it was really cold. Like the weather
It was cold and
sucked.
rainy. Yeah,
Like-
it wouldn't have been. It would have been an F1 vacation, not like a vacation. So
Yeah,
different
and I think
vibe.
You guys definitely needed the vacation.
We needed the
Like,
vacation
it was a
vacation.
good way to transition from
Totally.
closing a chapter in Ann Arbor and then moving to Chicago. Like
Totally.
great transition.
Yeah. Yep. And we wouldn't have had any downtime in that. It would have been
No.
all very stimulating. And I was like, I need some understimulating days.
Yes, some rotting days with
For
a
sure.
pretty drinky
With
in your hand
a
and
pretty
some
drinky-
tiramisu next to you.
And gelato, dude. How am I supposed to
Ooh.
decide between tiramisu and gelato?
You get both.
There's a certain
Porque
point
no
where
los
you
dos.
girls, you have a point.
Just saying. Calories don't count when you're on vacation.
No, but my stomach will implode.
Yeah, that happened to me in Korea.
Oh, I remember. Oh, fun fact. I pooped every day while I was on vacation.
Wow.
Every
Could
day.
not be me.
Stayed
Could never be
regular.
me.
Stayed regular.
That's a superpower.
I was so proud of myself.
The universe was on your side. They knew you were gonna get engaged.
What?
And they were like, this girl can't have like
I can't have
a bubble
bloat.
gut. You can't be bloating, nothing. Like this is everything was on your side for it.
Everything was on my side for it. So, thank you, universe. Keep it up. Okay. But let's get into the race in 5.
Yes.
And it was a sprint weekend, so obviously there's just a lot going on, and you're on a tight schedule. I did not watch Sprint live. Emily, did you watch Sprint live?
I tried, but my signal was pretty crappy. I saw a couple laps here and there, but I did see qualifying more so than
Got
the
it.
sprint race.
Got it.
The sprint wasn't really anything besides a Kimmy and George show.
fight.
That,
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Kind of set the
Fighting,
scene
fighting. Yeah.
for like the energy of the race weekend for Mercedes.
It built the tension that was there
Mhm.
during the full race.
It sure did.
There was fucking tension.
So much tension, but we will dive into
That later.
and exceed track limits. So moving on to the race,
Mhm.
McLaren, idiots, fucking idiots.
What is going on there?
They are quite literally shitting the bed. All of the Ferrari to McLaren memes are killing me.
It's so
Absolutely
good.
killing me. It's
It's
so good.
How? I saw a meme too of like people asking Arvid Lindblad, like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, if it's wet, we'll go on inters. If it's dry, we'll go on slicks." Like
Yeah,
that's it. And McLaren just doing the opposite.
absolute opposite. They're like, well, if it would have rained like 1% more the other way, or 10% more, whatever it was, we would have been heroes. And I'm like, 10%?
10%.
I think you need at least 50% more rain than what it was. Like,
yeah, it was.
it was misting at most. At most.
And with those 3 formation laps too, so skipping ahead, Arvid Lindblad, speaking of which, had an issue, was out, couldn't even get off of the grid, get the car going through the formation lap, caused everybody to go into 3 formation laps before we could start the race, which dried the track right up even more.
Yep. And the whole time Piastri is on the radio saying like, this was a horrible idea. We need to abort. Like, should I come into the pits now? And they're like, no, stay out. And he's like, no, like we have messed up. Like we need to fix this.
And
he
we
pitted
have
on what, lap
Somewhat
2?
of an opportunity to fix it with 3 formation laps.
Right. Like that would have been better for him than pitting lap 2 or 3. Like he seriously didn't get around the track that much.
No.
And just
and same
dropped.
with
They were
Lando
both
Norris.
in the top 10.
Yep.
On the
And then
grid
they were
start.
like dead
and
last.
then dead last. So yeah, not a good weekend for McLaren.
Nope.
And not a good weekend for
A lot of
Arvid,
people.
unfortunately. He with that issue, that sucked because he was like P6, P7, and I was hoping he was going to get into the points for the finish, but
Yeah.
the
They
car
seem
had
like
another idea.
it seems like reliability issues across the board this season with the new regulations are challenging for a lot of people. Certain people more so than others as well.
Yes. Yes. But it is kind of dabbling across all of
Across the
teams.
board. Especially this week, we kind of saw that. So we had a lot of DNFs. Poor Alex Albon, as we mentioned before, and our friend. We haven't named him yet. Do we want to name him?
I feel like you can't name something that's dead. I feel like that's weird.
That is weird. That is a good point.
But like we can appreciate the existence
The existence of what was.
of what was and what could have been.
What
but
could
we'll
have
never
been.
know.
So Alex Albon, earlier he'd hit the go for the groundhog, but he had an incident with Piastri early on in the race that caused enough damage that he had to retire the car. He was out. Fernando Alonso, not many laps later into the race, had to retire the car. He unfortunately also had to retire. I don't know the exact reason, but he had a double DNF this weekend. So Aston Martin just keeps on sucking along this season.
Sure does.
George with a DNF, which we will talk about later. Lando with a DNF and reliability issues, and Checo with a DNF and like a crazy mechanical failure.
Yep. Wild race.
It was just like, and another one. And another one.
And
another
one.
one.
Like you just keep seeing the names at the bottom
just
get like grayed out and just go. I'm like, oh my God.
Ridiculous. Crazy.
And so with all these DNFs, we at least also had some battles on the track that kept it very intense through and through. For 30 laps, we saw an intense battle between George and Kimi, both teammates for Mercedes. We'll dive into that more, but that was thoroughly entertaining.
Yes.
And I'll be done.
Fantastic.
And then Max and Hamilton, like a throwback to 2021, 2022. Where they were headbutting each other, like just not buddies whatsoever. And now we've seen them actually compete against each other in like a sportsmanship, like relative. At least in the cool down room, we saw some getting along behavior versus just true like clashing.
I think it was more like we're just happy to be here.
Yes, I would agree.
Rather than there's a ton at stake with us fighting.
Yes.
So it was more like, hey, good game. Rather than you stole my championship.
The fact that they were both on the same page, like, we're happy that McLaren, like, royally fucked their strategy. Like, this worked out great for us. And they were happy in, like, the post-race interview, thumbs up about it.
Yeah.
Like,
which is
they
so
were on
funny.
the same page.
It's so funny to see them happy because they're upset. They've been pretty upset lately. So that's a fun change. And then lastly, a shout out to Alpine, both drivers in the points, Colapinto in P6 and Gasly in P8, which... good for Colapinto.
Good for him. I'm so happy for him.
Very happy for him. So that's awesome. They're kind of getting sneaky. Like they're the best of the rest right now. Almost.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And they had a horrible season last year, so they have made strides of a difference. If they keep this momentum up, like they could easily finish top 5. All right, let's get into the dirty deeds.
Yep.
This is Exceeding Track Limits, where we roast the grid, spill the tea, and throw red flags at every F1 mess. Let's go!
I'm going to let you start.
Okay, guys.
Because you saw it before I did. I was a few laps behind you.
You were. And I'm so glad I didn't spoil it for you. I was freaking out. Oh my God. Okay.
I was like, I need to pay attention because something's going to happen pretty soon.
Something crazy is about to happen. So, like we said earlier, we had a really good battle between Kimmy and George. It was going on for 31 laps and consistent changes in race leader. And they were getting really, really close at times.
Close.
And then you could hear them on the radio. They were getting
Yeah.
a little frustrated at each other.
And well, before we even talk about what happened.
Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I know, because it's just so exciting. But like in the sprint race, Kimmy and George made contact, which is no bueno. That's not a good thing.
Big no in F1. You do not hit your teammate.
You don't hit your teammate. And it could have turned out really, really bad for them. Like they could have lost out on those points. DNFs for both of them. Kimmy was on the radio, and I don't know what your take was on this, just chirping away.
He was. I thought it was insane for, like, we haven't seen Kimmy do this yet.
No. So I have a couple of theories. Chirping away, like, he pushed me off, it's George's fault, blah, 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 blah.
Why do I have to give the position back? Like,
yup. And once again, so Toto comes on the radio, and he's like, Kimmy, the moaning, like, basically focus on the driving, not on the radio moaning. We're done with it. Which
like,
was
not on the radio anymore. Like, we're not done doing this.
Which is hilarious because Daddy had to put his foot down.
He sure did.
Daddy had to put his foot down. My theory with Kimmy is that he has gotten he's a teenager. He does not have a fully developed prefrontal cortex.
No, not even close.
Whatsoever.
He's 19.
He's just tasted what, like, honestly, kind of what dominance feels like. And he can't let it go now, right? Like, that's gotten to his head. And the critical thinking skills, once again, while you're driving at 200 some miles per hour, it's not happening. But to me, I was like, ooh, you do need to stop complaining. Especially in the sprint race where there's a whole weekend of racing ahead of you and you're fighting with your teammate. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. And that's exactly why Toto stepped in of like, stop doing this on the radio. Like, this is literally what everyone
we'll talk about it at the dinner table.
Like, we'll talk about it closed doors, like, not publicly. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy. I did not expect to see Kimmy get, like, sassy and, like, a little bratty. Like, he got bratty.
Bratty teenager vibes.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was very entertaining.
It was entertaining for us at home. The whole time I was like, podcast gold, podcast gold, podcast gold. Yes.
Exactly. They were writing this episode for us.
Yes. Now, fast forward to the actual race where, like Emily said, 30 laps of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Kimmy complaining a little bit more. Again, same situation, almost making contact. They probably did make contact a few times.
Had to have. Little kiss of the
kisses.
tires. And they were both boys.
And you take away the storytelling, Emily.
So, man, it was getting so heated. And truly, I witnessed a fairy tale ending for me in Formula One. Because I am a George hater first. And
everything else second.
Everything else second. Even Max, like, takes a back seat to my hatred towards George. And so, we see George go wide while Kimmy and him are battling it out and starts mowing some grass. And because he goes over the grass, he has, like, engine failure, car issue, power engine unit, whatever, mechanical shit. He's done. He is out. He car
doesn't make it 500 feet.
No,
back on
it
track.
doesn't. It doesn't. And he knows instantly he royally fucked up. He just lost the race for himself.
Was it because he went over the grass that the issues were caused, or did the issues cause him to go over the grass?
Ooh.
Because the way I interpreted it is that the engine just cut out, that they had reliability issues. So let's look that up. Let's look at battery failure on lap 30 of the Canadian Grand Prix ended a spectacular battle and handed Kimi Antonelli sizable points. So it sounds like it was reliability, not driver error, which the same thing as you. I was like, so he fucked up. He fucked up, right? And I was like giddy about it a little bit. But nonetheless, Kimmy's car was fine.
Kimmy's car was just fine. And to see, so we talked about the bratty teenager, but we saw like a toddler tantrum coming from George Russell after his car failed on him. So like they have that like, what is that plastic part called?
It's the headrest.
The headrest?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
They have to take that off to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
He launched it.
I didn't know he was that strong.
He launched that fucker. Like he was so pissed. He had freaking Hulk strength all of a sudden. The twig thing that he is. And he launches that bitch on the track. In front of his car. And which his car was to the side. But you're literally putting debris on the track while drivers are still racing. And then to see him get out of the car, smack the car. And then get out, and then he's behind the fencing, and you're just seeing
the
like
fumes.
I could see the fumes coming out of his head.
Yeah. The deep breathing.
The fact that we could see this man's cheeks. Crazy. And dude, you know how many cameras are on you right now? Like, you know how many I would have kept my helmet on. Like the fact
I would have kept my
helmet
on. I would have kept my helmet on.
I don't know what he was thinking. And now the meme culture has just ran with it. Has just ran miles around this. Not only him throwing the headrest, not only him behind the grate, it's the fact that they also like took the car right in front of him.
Oh yeah, and he just
the track,
and he just watched them,
and he's just
watching
it, like this,
with so much anger and
much anger. This has outdone the memes of Charles on the Hill last year.
Well, I saw a whole compilation of all of like the disappointing memes, all of them all together. So good. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That is true art right there. True art. Oh my God. But I was absolutely screaming in my house. Screaming, kicking my legs. I was so excited. I was so giddy. I literally rewind the show or the race so that I could record it. Like I needed my own proof
footage
of it.
And I'm so glad that you did that. I was just in shock. I was like, I can't believe that happened right now. George also ended up getting like a $5,000 euro fine for throwing the headrest. So that's also just like a little cherry on top.
Yes. I love it.
And with that, the battle ends, and Kimi goes on to win that race, take P1, which just widens that gap for points. And actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, George has now dropped to third in the driver championship.
Oh.
Guess who's in second?
Leclerc?
Hamilton
is in second.
Hamilton is in second.
That's so wild.
That's
in the Ferrari, too, after no podiums last season.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This
season has been nuts. It's just absolutely nuts. It's all over the place. It could be anybody still. And that's what Kimi has said in like his interviews. Like they're already like trying to get any little bit from him of driver champion, and he's like, I'm not focusing on that. We're 5 races in. I'm just focusing on each race as they come.
Yeah,
like don't put all this pressure on this little 19-year-old. Like he's doing so good. Just let him cook. This season is wild. But Kimi also being
the only driver in history, I think, to go consecutive 4 in a row for his first wins.
Oh, okay. I also saw that Mercedes hasn't had 4 consecutive wins since like Hamilton in like mid 2000, well, like 2012-ish, 2013-ish. It's been a minute.
Wow.
So even for Mercedes, it's a big deal.
Which like they've gotten, because George won the first race and then Kimmy's won all the others, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's pretty dominant. Speaking of Hamilton, there's also some new memes coming out about this being a repetition of history. And I know a little bit about the lore, but there's Nico Rosberg. Rosberg? Is that how we say it?
Rosenberg?
Rosenberg?
Nah.
I don't
Before
care.
our time.
I don't like him. He's now a commentator. He was the number 1 driver. Very similar situation. He had been at Mercedes for a little bit. He gets promoted to number 1. He has like new young driver Hamilton come in. And Hamilton very quickly like asserts his dominance, starts winning races, and it becomes this huge beef between the two teammates. And history is repeating itself at Mercedes. I think also, if you remember to last season when McLaren wouldn't prioritize or say who their number 1 driver is, and Toto was like, you need to have a number 1 driver, like you need to have those orders in standing. I think that's going to be so interesting to see how it plays out as we get further into the season of, okay, who is your number 1 driver? Who is it?
I have seen a lot of memes like grabbing that quote from Toto, and it's like, where do we stand now? Like, we clearly have somebody that's outperforming, at least at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Is it too early to put a number 1 on him or not?
And also, I don't know if they could, and I don't know if this is totally correct, but they were racing those cars so effing hard that I wonder if like that's part of the reason for the failure. George was defending, I think, a decent amount of that time, more so than Kimmy was leading at certain points. So I wonder if that contributes to the failure.
Right, like at what point do you just let, like, we're not going to race each other.
Exactly.
Like, we're going to play the team game right now. Because again, like, all the
let's hold
mechanical
position.
failures are up in the air for all the teams right now.
Yeah.
So many things. So many things. And there was so back to your point with Hamilton and his old teammate, there was a point where they ended up battling it out and actually causing each other to not finish. They both crashed out. And so I have seen clips of it like reflecting from like the history to now to the present. And it's crazy. It's crazy how similar this is.
Toto's probably like, fuck, not again.
Not again. Like, what is this curse on me? I don't want to do this a second time.
But
not near my retirement.
Have you also
I'm too
seen
old for this.
The beams of like George now realizing he's the middle child?
Yes. Because Hamilton and Kimmy have such a good relationship. And Hamilton still has a good relationship within the Mercedes community as well.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Albon and his gopher friend. Rough weekend. Charles had some things to say that were surprising to us all. Charles said that this past weekend was his worst weekend, the worst weekend of his career. And I don't know, this man might have amnesia or just doesn't maintain long-term memories at all. But there have been a lot of worse weekends for this man.
Like I said, there was a point where you had to sit on a hill for the rest of the race. Because your car, like, you crashed out. Like,
there was the DNF in Monaco.
Yeah, like
there's the DNF at your home race a few years ago. There was like a string of just so many unlucky things.
So many with Ferrari strategy, like not even like driver error, like so many missed opportunities. And you still finished this race.
Yep.
And this is going to be the worst race in your career.
Yep. And you got good points out of it.
Yeah, you got points. I don't get it.
So I think someone needs to put him in the tape room and say, hey, let's remember.
Let's reflect.
Let's have some gratitude time.
Because yes, you are right. It could be better because Hamilton was P2. But it also could be so much
much worse. And it's been so much worse.
For years, dude. You have been absolutely miserable at Ferrari. You're just happy because you're at Ferrari.
Right.
Like you're Delulu with like the expectations of this team as well.
Yeah, you bought into the culture real hard.
Yes. Now it's affecting like your brain functions.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Charles. That was a bold statement.
He was wearing that hat too, which I was cracking up at the winter hat in May.
It was like
I was like, are we going up Mount Everest?
But like it was just insane. Like just quite the statement piece right there.
Yeah. So we don't know what's going on with him. We'll check in on him in a couple of weeks at Monaco.
So Hadjar had also an eventful race. He ended up getting two separate penalties. He ended up getting one for a 10-second penalty for erratic defending against Charles, because he was kind of like weaving on the track to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a while, like a lot of time had passed at this point for him to get his second one because of a stop and go penalty for failing to slow down sufficiently under the double yellow flags. And so even the commentators were like, this happened forever ago. Like, you needed to make a decision on this way sooner for him to like strategize his race more. Luckily, he had an insane gap between him and Colapinto in P6.
Yeah.
And so he was able to take 2 10-second penalties, 20 seconds, and still finish P5.
Yeah, the spread of this whole race was crazy. Like how quickly people were getting lapped. Yes. Insane. We were like 5 laps in and we're already lapping someone.
I was like, this isn't right. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Poor Bottas. He was, man, he's just happy to be here.
He's just happy to be here.
He's just happy to be here.
He's like, we got to cross the finish line. That's a win.
I'll get you guys your data. We can do some more research, make some changes.
Go back to the drawing board.
Go back to the drawing board. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Hadjar not having a good race, like he's just so funny at the end of his interviews because he calls it like he sees it. I never want Kimmy to become media trained.
No, they're perfect where they're at.
They're perfect. Don't
touch the Gen Z boys. Like, don't do it.
Just
don't do it.
Leave them be.
Leave them.
So leave them be.
It's entertaining and it's good for the podcast.
Yes. Speaking of just like erratic kind of stuff, you talking about how late that 10-second penalty came in. I don't know if you felt this way watching the broadcast, but there were so many good things that they just weren't showing. We never saw the incident between Albon and Piastri, did we?
No.
Like,
and even the commentators were like, we would love to get this, like, especially with the Kimmy and George, they're like, we would love to see a replay on this. Like, they were queuing it up. Nothing.
Yeah, the coverage was ass.
It was really poor for the level
bad.
of race this was and the chaos that it brought.
Yeah.
We missed out on so much.
And we didn't even get to see, like, they were so focused on George and Antonelli for those first 30 laps. We didn't see leading, like, a ton between Max and Hamilton until George was out. And it was like, no, like, pull up the multiple views. Like, come on.
Right.
We need to see both.
We didn't see anything in the midfield.
Nothing.
Like, at all.
Nothing.
And we had Hadjar P5. We had Colapinto P6. Sainz ended up being in the points. Like, what
we would have loved to see it.
We have 2 Alpines in the points. Like, why aren't we showing
Show us
them?
what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. They flopped that real hard.
Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. And lastly, we get to the podium. Kimi, P1, Hamilton, P2, Verstappen, P3. They're all just
Iconic.
happy to be there. The pictures of Kimi launched on Hamilton and Verstappen's shoulders.
It was the Mercedes like engineer, whoever they had up. That's who he was on the shoulders of.
He was, oh, really? I thought he
Yeah.
was on both. Okay. Anyway, they pyramided that man.
They sure did.
They put him at the peak. And we just know that guts George. You know that George wants Hamilton's, we've talked about it before, Hamilton's
yeah.
approval and like good graces more than anything.
The pick me behavior.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
oh, the jealousy that he had in that moment, watching that. Not only like Kimi outperforming him in this
Yep.
race, like the jealousy and the anger that came with all of that. But then just like the glory that he was getting with Hamilton and even Max.
Right. And like at that point, he had raced really hard for those first 30 laps, but it wasn't a competition after that.
No.
Like he didn't do anything crazy to secure that. He just kept on.
He coasted.
Yeah. And then 2 and 3 put him on their shoulders. Two of the most iconic drivers of the last like 20 years.
Yep. Crazy. Like, that has to go on a postcard. Like, it just needs to
should.
be everywhere.
It'll be on our first merch drop.
Yeah. I like that. I love that. And then on the back of the shirt is going to be the meme of George and the fencing.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yep. And then a special shout out to the race marshal that dove through the window. Beautiful form. The
10
hole
out
in
of
the
10.
fence, 10 out of 10. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And very quick on your feet to get that debris, too.
Quick.
No notes.
No notes. I would have missed.
Could you
For sure.
fucking imagine? Like,
No, I could not launch myself. It would be so ungraceful.
yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah.
That meme would take over as well.
It would. So that was the Canadian Grand Prix.
That was crazy.
We've got Monaco in 2 weeks, which is always a great time. And in the meantime, we'll see what happens.
I
Bye.
We're hot girls watching F1. Fast cars, drama, having fun. Too much to roast, too much to see. Silly, sexy, it's how we be.